An hour away from Game 5 between the Jays and Mariners in the American League Championship Series. The series is tied up at 2 apiece. Kevin Gausman throws for Toronto. Bryce Miller goes for Seattle in front of the home crowd. Now, it's the first of 2 baseball playoff games as the Dodgers look to sweep the Brewers in the National League Championship Series. Game 4 comes up at 8:30 Eastern Time on TBS. Jose Quintana on the mound for Milwaukee. Shohei Ohtani will start for the Dodgers on the hill, also batting leadoff tonight as, again, LA is up 3-0 in the series. Some quarterbacking news in the NFL. Cardinals QB Kyler Murray is questionable to face the Packers on Sunday, while his teammate wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. has cleared concussion protocol. He'll play against Green Bay. Packers running back Josh Jacobs listed as questionable for the matchup. Vikings will have Carson Wentz at quarterback against the Eagles on Sunday. J.J. McCarthy will be the emergency quarterback. Panthers running back Chuba Hubbard comes back to face the Jets. Garrett Wilson doubtful. I'm Dan Byer.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, so glorious.
Yeah.
Not just any Friday, glorious Friday.
Glorious.
Because it's the weekend. And
Yeah, man.
Rich and I get to just chill for the most part.
Yeah, buddies.
And we're going to get you fired up about the weekend hobnobbing, what you need to watch this weekend. We have a new game called Brainwave that's sweeping the nation. Your chance to play and win some prizes. Danny G, our super producer, has it all prepared for you. Iowa Sam is here. Dan Byer, your sports guru, is here hanging out with us on a Friday. Spots on the videos, we're streaming live. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And, of course, we be rocking out. Let's go.
All right.
Do it live.
All right. Do it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And if you miss any of today's extraordinary show, you can always catch it anytime right there on the iHeart app. You could download it wherever you get your pods. Just search Covino and Rich. Danny G does a best of. You can listen to each hour. It's really up to you, but we appreciate the support.
Yeah, and a best of the week.
Yeah, that
It's like
drops tomorrow, right?
14 and a half minutes long.
And that best of the week includes Dan Patrick this week. We filled in for DP on Wednesday, so definitely check that out. Our best of the week drops tomorrow morning, so look forward to that. I'm Steve Covino, at Steve Covino, at Rich Davis, at Covino and Rich, and we hope you had an old guy sort of night. When I say old guy, I feel like every old guy stepped up last night, from Max Scherzer to Aaron Rodgers.
Listen.
And, of course, Joey Flacco, showing you that he deserves more respect than we give him.
Listen, it was a great night for old guys.
Yep.
And listen, I am never.
Old guys put on a show.
I'm never. You should have saw me this morning. My wife and I were alone. Old guy week.
Wow.
Yeah.
See that? Inspiring. Even Rich put on a show.
So I said it yesterday, and I'm never the I told you so guy. And
Did you do, load the dishwasher?
How dare you call her that? Danny, I'm never a I told you so type of guy, and you'll back me up on that. But yesterday, did I not say Max Scherzer's going to be playing with a little extra gusto? You knew it. You knew you were never going to grab the ball out of that Mad Dog's hand.
You saw it in his eye, but which one? The brown eye or the blue eye?
You called that right, but you did not call the NFL game correctly.
Son of a gun. I really thought Aaron Rodgers was going to get a 4-game lead in that division.
Dude, he played good.
But I'll tell you what.
Their defense. Their defense might be ass.
Based on last night and strength of schedule over the next month, Cincinnati, I don't want to be crazy harsh guy, but they saved their season last night. They really did. Because Joe Flacco could get in the zone. That team could stay afloat until Burrow lumbers back in maybe towards the end of the season. If you don't believe necessarily in the Steelers and you're a Bengals fan, you should have some, honestly, some glimmers of hope, because you know the Ravens are done.
it
They're
makes
1
you
and 5.
scratch
That's
your
not
head
happening.
even more. And even Tomlin pointed it out at the end of the game. Like, it never made sense to him as to why the Browns got rid of Flacco, because clearly the dude has game. In just a few weeks, his timing was on. He and Higgins looking tight, making plays. He kept going to his guy. The formula was simple, but it worked. And the Steelers' defense never made adjustments. However, Aaron Rodgers still looked good in that loss. So the Bengals over the Steelers 33-31. And like we said, the Blue Jays, Max Scherzer, really animated, yelling at the coach to get back into the dugout because he wanted to finish the 5th and get the W. Blue Jays get the win. Dodgers get the win. What a night, and what a night for old guys especially.
Can we give props to T. Higgins for a second? T. T. Higgins had the wherewithal and football IQ to not score that touchdown. And that takes in the moment wherewithal.
Suntan lotion, good for me. You protect me. T. Higgins.
Dan Meyer, you agree that T. Higgins, a lot of guys, no matter how disciplined they are, somehow, coast into the end zone there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was a magnificent play, and I felt that there was some good recognition by him, and it also pales in comparison to what Amari DiMarcado, Adonai Mitchell, of like where their heads are in that certain spot.
Without a doubt.
Like what a comparison as well.
Danny G hit me immediately. I said, wow, what a play. I hit you with wow, and Danny G hit us right back. High IQ Higgins. Seriously, got out of the chair and gave him a round of applause. Eat that clock up, put the pressure on him. It was dope. That game, dude, we went in there with low expectations for the most part. I didn't expect all that. I kind of had a low-energy sort of vibe about me. Low-energy Jeb. Low-energy Steve. And then all of a sudden, I'm there pacing around like, wow, this is insane.
As if you're invested in the Bengals and Flacco.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was intrigue because we got the two ex-Super Bowl champions, old guys going at it, but I did not expect an exciting electric game like that on a Thursday night from those teams, and it was great. So props again to the Bengals. I agree with you, Rich. It shows that they have signs of life until Burrow's ready. I think Flacco deserves more respect than we give him. He was even more pumped about it because he said he wasn't sure if he had ever beaten Aaron Rodgers before. I'm pretty sure he knew he didn't. And I bet that meant a lot to him. And he said a few weeks ago he would have never thought that he'd get an opportunity like that to play in a big game like that, so it meant even more. Props.
Do you mind?
What?
I think I must.
Oh, boy.
Can we schedule watch for a second? Because I feel like we got to look ahead for the next couple weeks.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. Schedule watching. If you don't believe how important that win was for the Bengals last night, they now sit at 3-4. They have 2 games and a bye, and then they face the Steelers again. In these 2 games, they play the Jets. Could we say win?
Yeah.
4-4. They play the Bears. That could be tough. I'll give them the loss. 4-5. 4-5. The Steelers are 4-2. They play the Packers, Colts, and Chargers the next 3 weeks. Fair to say possibly 1-2? DB?
I think that's fair. Rich, could you do me a favor? Could you do your Rich Davis looks at the schedule when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens as well? Could you do that for me?
I would love to. I love schedule watching. Okay, yeah.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't love schedule watching? Now, the Ravens are 1-5.
They're on a bye this week.
They're on a bye. Oh, then they play the Bears, the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, and the Bengals. So what you're insinuating is that they could also linger around?
They've got 2 games against the Steelers yet to go.
Yeah.
They've got 2 games against the Bengals. When you look what's in their rearview mirror.
Is the tough part.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you know what? It just proves
I have a question,
that even
actually.
for the Ravens' benefit, last night, having the Steelers not jump out to a 4-game lead over everyone else in the division kept this season more interesting.
Yes.
I apologize, Dickie Doodle Davis, Dan Byer, all the gurus out here. Is it common knowledge when we talk power rankings, and all the power rankings came out this week, we talked about how the Bucs and the Colts were tops in everyone's except for NFL and Fox had the Lions in second, Bucs at first. Do they factor in the schedule when it comes to that, or simply where they're at right now? Because we kept saying where they're at right now, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
They don't factor at all
What's coming up?
What's coming up.
They mean so little that there is no set criteria.
Yeah, but I think that's important to the power ranking.
Yes, I agree.
That's really odd to me.
Covino, like when Tom Brady did his, or USA Today, or NFL Fox, it's really like, hey, who do you think is good right now? It's really it.
I saw somebody, I won't name their name, but they do a power ranking for a reputable site, and they wrote, I don't believe that this team is the best team in the NFL, but I have to put them at number one.
Really?
Well, that's just silly, isn't it? Right?
Yes, it is. Like, it truly is.
Because
like
every time we talk about that, I do wonder. I'm like, yeah, but they still have a tough schedule ahead, and you know what I mean? Like, you got to factor that in
but
when
not
we
only
really
that,
talk about it.
If the teams that are on the top, DB, of Tom Brady, NFL and Fox, USA Today, The Athletic, every site has their power rankings. Wouldn't they be the favorites in Vegas? And they're certainly not.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So
Great
you're talking
point.
about
Yep.
the voting, the popular vote, essentially, the sentiment in the public versus a power ranking is very different. Because if you really thought the Bucs and Colts were going to be in the Super Bowl, go to Vegas, and I promise you that prop bet will pay out. I mean, the odds are probably not,
Absolutely.
So it's still up, but I don't disagree with you, Rich, where the Bengals show hope. It's up for grabs, but Bengals looking good. Joey Flacco, really impressive. I feel like he's one of those.
Bengals a lot. You have Susanna Hoff on the mind because she was hot back in the day.
Don't you always have her on the mind? She still looks good now. So
the Bengals.
Sam had a different team name for him last night because of Joe Flacco, right, Sam?
The Cincinnati Bengays.
Yes, Ben Gay.
That's funny. I feel like he's one of those guys that don't get the respect that I think he deserves. I feel like he's one of those guys, like even Joey Flacco has a Super Bowl win. It's like, hey, Joey Flacco has a pretty sweet career when you think about it.
Been around. Dan Byer painted the best picture maybe a month ago.
I feel like the longer he sticks around, the more moments he adds up like this that add to his legacy.
Since I'm a Dan Byer guy, I'll give him credit for like a month ago. DB, you did point out that we had put Joe Flacco at the pasture as like the third-string quarterback on the Jets within the last 5 years or so. So the fact that he's emerged again as like a really reputable backup and a guy that could start for you, he's sort of come along maybe and matured as like, just a wily veteran.
Yeah. I am amazed that I shouldn't speak for all of us, but completely forgot his Broncos tenure.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell you a play. I don't know what jersey number he wore. It would be a guess if
I there was a time where it was like, Zach Wilson got hurt. All right, put in Mike Wilson, put in this guy, put in whoever. And there was like, oh, yeah, we got Flacco. He's like the 8th string quarterback.
And then even with what he did with the Browns or didn't do with the Browns early this year, you're like, okay, Father Time catches up with you. Now you get a couple of receivers that are worth a darn, and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, the best in the game. And even with an offensive line that is questionable, which, by the way, I think the Steelers' short week helped Cincinnati in that regard. There was the stat put up that T.J. Watt wasn't getting the pressure. And then right afterwards, he got a sack on Joe Flacco. But I think that helped Cincinnati last night. But, yeah, look at what the old guy that can throw the pill can do when you get him some weapons around him. And even the same thing for Aaron Rodgers. And while it may not have been all about DK Metcalf last night, Freiermuth had a huge game. And, yeah, you put these gunslingers, if you will, at the early 40s, put some weapons around them, and they can still get it done.
Flacco, 342 yards, 3 tutties. But on the flip side of that, too, Aaron Rodgers, so fun to see him. Danny G pointed out just from a visual standpoint, he did look a little old last night, and that's fine.
Dude.
Because he proved that he still had a cannon.
My dad hit me up on the ride to Fox. We always do a little catch-up. You call your parents when you're driving, too?
All the time.
It's the best time to call your parents.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 20 minutes to kill. Yo, Dad, what's up? And my dad's like, oh, Richie, I hate to be judgmental, but Aaron Rodgers looks old as hell. Like,
Looks meaning physically. We're not saying he was hobbling around, looking slow.
Look, he said my dad said he looked angry and old.
Yes, and he had
Often.
some decent reasons to be angry. We're going to get to that when we talk Broderick Jones in a few minutes. But when he threw that Hail Mary, again, another reminder that these dudes still got it. It was nice to see. Good night for the old guys.
Flick of the wrist, almost 70 yards in the air.
That was dope. That was dope.
When he rolled left and literally took one step up into the pocket, you're like, no, what? Oh, my God, that ball's going to the end zone?
Dude, and he threw for 4 touchdowns in the loss. 2 picks. One wasn't that bad. But Aaron Rodgers, he also had a pretty good night. Their defense was ass. That's the truth. They made no adjustments, and Joey Flacco went away looking like the man. So a really, really fun night where I had low expectations. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Plus, we had great baseball. It was almost too much last night. I was oversaturated with things to watch. It's like, damn.
DK Metcalf could have caught a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
That would have helped my guillotine league. An observation for a guy, not like you, Covino, more for a Dan Byer type or me. Guys that love uniforms in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like Flacco wears 5 or 15. Seeing him wear number 16 was also like visually weird.
Maybe
like, there
he
is.
has 5 kids.
Number 16,
Maybe
Joey
that has something to do
Flacco.
with it for all of his children.
Not 2, not 3,
Not
not
4.
4.
But I'm telling you, the more he sticks around, the more likable I find him to be, and the more his career makes sense to me. We mentioned on Overpromised, our bonus podcast on YouTube, how he did want to stick around simply for his 5 kids so they could see what his dad did and so they could enjoy a little bit of his career. And when you hear about him being the ultimate competitor, and that's also why he sticks around, I have nothing but respect for that, because there's so many people that want to tell you when to retire and tell you what to do. But the fact that he still believes that he could do it, and we all saw it last night, that's what makes all the difference. I love that competitive spirit. And all those guys, man. Both dudes did a great job last night.
He actually wears 16 with Cincinnati because that was his record with the Browns with preseason and regular season, 1-6.
Wanted to just figure pay tribute to his former team.
Hilarious.
It's a good reminder.
So the Bengals over the Steelers. Any other takeaways, let us know. High IQ Higgins, we talked about that. But the other story, too, your dad is right, Rich. Aaron Rodgers was in a different sort of zone. Maybe he didn't want to lose to Flacco. He didn't want to lose that game regardless. But, I'm sure there's some rivalry there. Like, I don't want to lose this game because we did put them head-to-head. The 2 old guys were going at it. And then you see him celebrating a touchdown, and Broderick Jones, like, in celebration, tackles him. That was the weirdest thing because I find that to be so, like, hey, let's bring this tape up again. Like, in the tape room, they got to be like, don't ever do this because if you're the guy that hurts our quarterback over something stupid like this, you should be fired. I think that's ridiculous how he tackled his own player in that celebration.
You know his stats? Let's pull Dan Patrick. Height and weight.
Broderick Jones? I bet you he's like 300, 6'3" or something like that. 333.
6'5", 311.
There you go. I mean, and you're not looking, so you're more prone to injury when you're not looking. Like, when do people get knocked out? When they don't see it coming, right? That's when you get hurt, when you don't see it coming. When you see it coming, you can prepare. You're okay. You'll roll with the punch. You'll roll with the hit. Aaron Rodgers didn't see that happening, and that was awkward. If you don't know what we're talking about, Aaron Rodgers running back to the sideline celebrating, and his own teammate, Broderick Jones, a big giant tackle for the Steelers, tackles him. It was the weirdest thing. Did he lose
A brain cell in the moment?
Yeah, like, did he lose focus?
Just excitement, man.
Yeah, but that's no
Excitement.
excuse to potentially hurt your 40-year-old quarterback.
Well, I thought it was a great night for old guys, like you said. Aaron Rodgers,
Yo, by
Joe
the way,
Flacco.
you see how pissed Aaron Rodgers was in that moment?
I would be too.
He came back and like swinging and pushing at Broderick
Yeah.
Jones. Like, yo, what the hell?
He wanted a box.
That was kind of wild, and I don't blame him, man.
Horseplay.
I don't blame him.
Roughhousing. Knock it off.
No,
Yeah,
stop
knock that
with
off.
the roughhousing. And
It's
of
all
course,
fun and games till you hurt your own quarterback.
as we pointed out, that game so key to the future of the AFC North because had the Steelers won, I get it, they have tough games ahead, and we're not even halfway through the season, but having a 4-game lead on everyone in your division gives you complete leeway to get cold for a couple weeks, and you're still ahead of the pack. But right now, you got 2 losses. That's way different. I know it doesn't feel like it, but that's way different. So we'll see what the next few weeks look like.
You know what's crazy, too, on a personal note, total personal note? On our bonus podcast, Overpromised, we talked about, in tribute to this game, we talked about the worst things about your 40s, but like on a fun level. We're not talking about like, all your grandparents are dead. You
Yeah. Man, people's parents start getting older and sick.
You start getting colonoscopies. We didn't talk that kind of stuff. We talked like the random observations. It's kind of weird to notice that, I don't know, there's something about professional sports where I still feel they're older than me. Maybe that's just my own immaturity.
No, I feel you.
Oh, you do feel that? Because like I'm older than Aaron Rodgers, Max Scherzer, Joey Flacco, but I feel like they're still, maybe because I look at them.
Because they're large.
They're larger than
like,
life.
They're physically big. So you're like, cousin.
I still feel like a little boy watching
You're
my
like
heroes.
looking up at them. Yeah.
Them in particular, though.
There's something so true about what you're saying.
I feel like Rodgers is older than me. I do. I feel like Flacco's older than me. I feel like Scherzer's older than me.
Tom Brady was the last guy for me where I was like, he's actually older than me, and I could be like, Tom Brady, like all the 40.
I love you.
If you're no longer 40, if you're in your mid 40s, all these guys, there's no one older than you. You're
rooting. Why? Here's why it's confusing.
100% of the people you're rooting for are younger.
I think it's confusing to some people around our age because they seem so old in a young man's game. So they're supposed to be so old. So you think, man, they're so old, and then you're like, I'm not older than them, but I am. It's the weirdest thing to wrap your head around.
Great example. Could we get a quick age check on Kirk Cousins?
Cousins is like 36? 37? Yeah, let me look it up.
37. If you are in your mid-40s, you look at Kirk Cousins like he's your age or older. I look at Kirk Cousins like, man, he's a wily veteran. Kirk Cousins was born in the mid-'80s.
He turned 37 on August 19th, 1988.
So just recently. It's really wild. It's a personal thing. I'm glad you guys could agree with me on that.
Put in that perspective. Kirk Cousins, who feels like I said, a wily veteran to you that who knows if he'll really get an opportunity again, was born the year the Dodgers and Kirk Gibson won the World Series. The year Joe Montana was throwing the ball to Jerry Rice.
You were already in Little League.
He hit John Taylor in the back of the end zone to beat the Bengals. That's when Kirk Cousins was in diapers?
Yeah, it's a weird reality check because a lot of us still feel really young, and we are in life. Young men in life, old guy on the field. But when you see these guys looking that old on the field with all these young guys, you're like, wait, but I'm older than all of them? It's a really weird coming-of-age thing that you have a hard time wrapping your head around.
The one that messed me up was Russell Wilson, because I still look at Russell Wilson as young Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And he's going to be 37 in November. Like, that was the one that messed me up.
Well, I think the coming of age with this whole conversation, there's a few indicators. When you were a kid, you may not have realized that all the coaches were former players. You just thought, they're coaches.
You just thought they were old guys.
As a Mets fan, I remember when my parents were like, Davey Johnson used to be a home run hitter for the Orioles. I'm like, no, he's an old coach. That's impossible. He played, and then you realize you looked around the league and you're like, wait, all these old-ass coaches used to play, and now our kids probably think that same thing when they see every Craig Counsell, all these guys that are coaching. Like, no, those are the guys I would do their wiffle ball stance.
Exactly.
So,
yep. So it's a weird sort of thing to wrap your head around.
You watch Ken Griffey Jr. go from a backwards hat to a beer gut and a turtleneck.
If a few guys here in our Fox Sports Radio studio feel that way, I'm sure a lot of people listening also experience that. What's up, Sam?
You tend to shrink as you get older, like physically in your height. So when Joe Flacco goes from 6'6" to 5'6", I'll finally be like, man, he's old. He's like a shrunken old man, shriveled away. I'm old.
I feel that way about all these great announcers now. We talked the other day about how A-Rod and Jeets and Big Papi, in my mind, they play like a year ago? No, these guys are like been retired. They've been out of the game.
All right, so any other observations about the Old Man Bowl last night? They put on a show. We'll take your phone calls. And remember, we still got Brainwave. We got to talk baseball. Christian Yelich. We have lots to get to, so stick around. We got more Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, live from Fox Sports Radio studios. studies show our grandparents have the most influence on us. So we know their story, and they sort of instilled that work ethic to us. But the newer generation, I'm not saying they got it wrong, but they think different. And we're seeing it in two related stories, and both of those stories are from superstar athletes, Luka and Puka.
Luka and Puka.
Lakers' Luka Doncic is not eyeing a LeBron-length career. He's very interested in ownership moving forward. Like, this is just a means to an end, just his pathway to something bigger. Yeah, I'm sure he loves basketball, but it's not the be-all, end-all. He wants to be a businessman. This is just part of the journey. Like, we always say it, I forget who originated it, but we always say, because when these dudes retire, athletes retire, they're an old man on the court, but a young man in life.
I think that's a Derek Jeter thing, because I remember when Jeter retired, it was like, man, old-ass Derek Jeter. It's like, old-ass Derek Jeter's like 40.
Old on the field, young man in life. So it's like, well, Luka's making all this money, but what's he going to do after that? Well, he doesn't have his eyes set on playing forever like LeBron did.
Interesting.
Rich, I was just going to say, in the article, he says that he looks up to LeBron as a role model for building a successful business portfolio, and he wants to learn more about that from LeBron.
And good for him, man, but disappointing for us, right? Because you want to see the journey as a fan.
But you also talk about, you and Danny G both watch that Shaq documentary on Netflix where Shaq is involved in a million businesses.
That's right, Reebok.
Now, Puka, let's shift to Puka. LA Rams, Puka Nacua, said he wants to retire from the NFL around 30 years old. Similar to Aaron Donald Nacua, who was 23 at the time when he said this, said he wants to have a big family. And we talked about this with Puka at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, saying how long-term effects of football injuries, wanting to have a big family, wanting to venture into other things play a factor. And to go back to the
you know what plays the biggest factor? You said Shaq. Shaq played a long career, long enough that he played for every color of the rainbow. He did. That's the funny meme, right? He played for every color of the rainbow. He played a long time. So he retired. Then he got into all the business stuff and the Papa John's and the insurance and the Icy Hot and Reebok and everything else.
I get you.
Fat Burger, whatever he owns. He owns everything. What this is when you overpay athletes, they don't need to play anymore. And you could say that's good or bad, depending on how you look at it. I think we as fans get chipped, and that's just selfish on our part. Good for them on wanting to make moves. But you're cutting their career short. Their priority's not, creating that legacy, breaking records. It's like getting out because they don't need to play. They've already got their bank.
Generationally, there's two layers here. Let me break it down. Generationally, you talked about our grandparents, the World War II, the greatest generation. Then our parents, boomers, then here we are, and then, your kids are living a way different life, right? Generationally, your grandfather may have worked at the same company for 50-plus years, retired, like I said, got a watch, and he's like, I work for the electric company.
And then he died 5 years later.
Yeah, then he died 5 years later.
Because he had no purpose.
Younger people now are like, I want to live, man. I want to swim in a cenote in Tulum, and they're traveling. I'm backpacking through Europe, and they'll have like $600 to their name.
You know what? Let me make this clear, Rich, because I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I think they got it right. You gotta, I had a friend once tell me, don't love your job. Job your love.
Stop it.
Job your love. Work-life balance is great. I'm saying selfishly as a fan, I don't like it.
I think there's a balance.
But good for them on realizing, like, yeah, man, I don't need to put my health in jeopardy. I don't care about the records or playing 20 years. I got hundreds of millions of dollars. You need one big contract and then call it a day and invest in something, and that's it.
Are you playing Santa Claus songs?
No, okay. I didn't know. Okay. This is a Garth Brooks song called The Old Man's Back in Town, and I didn't listen to it very long. It's a Christmas song. I just thought it was a song about the old man being back in town. We were talking about Flacco and Rogers.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
You have to play, old man, look at my life. I am a lot like you were.
I got duped by this.
Flacco
That's
does
so
rock
funny.
the Santa beard a lot.
That's funny as hell, Sam.
And
We're
I'm like,
talking old guys.
I'm really against like Christmas stuff popping up in October.
Come
so
on, man.
I'm
It's
a hypocrite.
Halloween.
I
It's
know.
spooky season.
Yeah, damn. It's like Home Depot, the
I know.
random store, and Iowa Sam already jumping the gun on Christmas.
All right,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to Halloween. Sam, what do you call an Italian ghost? Oh, what do you call an Italian ghost? Ooh.
Is that what it is?
No.
Ooh.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on,
This
think
is
about
so
it.
cheesy. I know the
Think
answer.
about it.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, think about it.
Gabagool.
Come on, think about
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, I knew it was a gabagool thing.
Gabagool.
There you
Oh. Covino and
Oh,
Rich.
boy.
Come on, it is Halloween time. He's playing a
I'm
Christmas
not jumping the
song.
gun. I was just trying to go with the theme of the show
What's
so
the
far.
name of it again?
The Old Man's Back in Town by Garth Brooks.
I'll put that on my holiday list.
Yeah. Thanks.
So
Speaking
funny.
of Halloween, though, what is that song from that you hear at every one of your kids' school events where it's like, "Dum dum dum and skeletons, and
Spooky,
bum, bum,
scary
bum,
skeletons."
and bum, 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 bum."
I don't know,
That's
man.
everywhere.
That's been sweeping the nation for the past almost 10 years
know.
probably. It's been our Halloween jingle forever. I don't know where it came from though. But anyway, enjoy your weekend of Spirit Halloween and maybe decorating, last minute decorating, and of course, postseason, ghost season. And speaking of the old guys, they put on a show last night from Max Scherzer to Joey Flacco. It gave a lot of people out there hope that it's not over. And another reminder, we talk about things that happen in your 40s on Overpromise. That's on our YouTube page. Definitely worth checking out. Covino and Rich FSR. We're streaming live now on YouTube, but that's where our bonus podcast is. You could watch it. Overpromised episode 113. Rich also gives his picks there. And you got more picks today and weekend
Yeah.
hobnobbing. Lots to get to.
I'll be honest, I missed last night. I couldn't believe that the Bengals and Flacco did it. Good for them. Like I said, it's good for football, so good for football, maybe not for your pocket.
CNR on FSR Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Again, Dodgers and Blue Jays. Oh! Woo! There you go, Sam.
Yeah, wanted to get us back on track.
Way to redeem yourself.
It's Andrew Gold. This is Halloween Gold, man.
Never heard of them.
Honestly, this song is everywhere, especially if you have little Rugrats at home. Now, if you watch some baseball,
My goodness, Mariners, Blue Jays living up to the hype. And like we said yesterday, now here we are. Now it's a best of 3. 2-2. All 4 games won by the team on the road. And on the other side of things, the Dodgers just continue to make you think, well, can anyone really beat them? Are the Blue Jays and Mariners just playing for runner-up? I hope it's more of a series than that, but unless you get to the Dodgers bullpen, it looks like the Dodgers are going to be cruising.
I think the Blue Jays and the Mariners, more so the Blue Jays in my opinion, because I know what they're capable of, are able to compete against the Dodgers. The Dodgers still superior, but I think they're able to compete, man. There's some good squads in the postseason, but a lot of people are starting to pile up on Christian Yelich for under-delivering, batting a whopping, I think, 200 after last night he got a hit. 200. I saw a lot of memes saying he looks like, what's his name? Pete Davidson out there. Pete Davidson in the uniform. He's more like Pete Davidson than he is Christian Yelich. I feel bad saying that. I think some people are easier to poke at. I really do, because Christian Yelich is such a good dude. We've interviewed him, such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, such a great player for that organization for so many years. You don't want to dump on him, but you have to acknowledge that he hasn't stepped up.
Yeah.
He hasn't been that guy, and they need that. Or you could just credit the Dodgers pitching and how they worked against them. So,
Again, a lot of times in sports, in work, in life, in business, a lot of times we always look for someone to blame. And instead of blaming someone, maybe the answer, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a
maybe
right.
is they had a great game plan against guys like him. We can't let Yelich beat us.
I'm not trying to be a righteous dude, but sometimes the answer isn't someone stunk. The answer just might be someone else is really good. Because right now, you've held the Brewers to 1 run a game for the first 3 games. Now, you could say, oh, the Brewers stink. Or you could say the Dodgers' game plan all along was, let's have the best starting pitching. They got Blake Snell. They outbid everyone for Yamamoto. And Gosselin came through.
Yeah, great approach. You got to give them credit as well. And another observation is, kind of ties back to what I was saying about Joey Flacco. Call him Joey now because he looked young and vibrant last night.
He's from Jersey, by the way. You can hear it in his voice. He sounds kind of like a Philadelphian. It's kind of like, hey, I'm going to wash my socks.
Did I say Gonsolin? Glass now. I was like, they've had so many key pitchers over the years, I keep forgetting.
Nice save, Rich. I feel like
thanks, buddy.
Flacco should get more credit. Even though he gets credit. Dude won a Super Bowl. We know he's good, but I feel like he's earning a little more respect the more he shows his veteran leadership and what he's capable of. We saw that last night on display in a big game. I feel the same way about another guy who gets all the respect in the world, but I still don't think he gets enough. Do we embrace Mookie Betts enough? This guy, I heard Jeter singing his praises about like Shohei Ohtani, how he's a two-way player, but Mookie Betts plays all over the place, but he does it at a high level. He's such a likable dude. Like, if your kid loves Mookie Betts, aren't you, like, pumped about that?
It's my kid's favorite Dodger. I hate to say it as a Mets fan. I'm like, hey, buddy, Lindor, right?
His name
Soto?
is Mookie, so kids are going to love that, right?
My son's like, Dad, all right, I'm going to be Mookie, and he holds a bat. I'm like,
but he's so great for the game, dude.
Mookie?
He's such a well-rounded player in every aspect of the game, at every position. He's not just a baseball player. He's great at every sport. We've seen, like, what he's capable of.
And does he do the most exaggerated celebration on second base?
Yeah, definitely.
More than any other Dodger. Yeah. He puts a little extra.
He's like he looks like he's having fun. He's a guy that you really can't say anything bad about.
No, nice Tennessee kid, and the story about how he came up and coaches didn't want him because he was too small, so his mom started her own team.
Dude, that's what makes it even cooler. Yeah, he's sort of an unassuming looking dude.
Wait, so
but
he was like the
real big.
He was like the real life Little Giants.
Yeah, he's not a big dude.
They made their own team just so they could play.
Plays larger than life.
Wow.
Mookie Betts made a play, and it looked really familiar. And if you missed it, take a listen.
Take us through. You've done this a million times.
I have. Mookie bounced it. I mean, you got to try to get it there in the air all the way. But I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. No, we talked about this. People don't realize. They don't realize that's way, 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 way late in my career, guys. Can we go back?
I got the younger one.
I'm 45 at that point. Yeah.
You got it done.
But I tell you, the thing is what people don't realize, because of all the stars that the Dodgers have, what Mookie Betts is doing. Second base, right field, shortstop, flip again, go back. It's not that easy. I mean, I know we give Ohtani a lot of credit because he's hit DHing and he's pitching. That's not easy to move around the diamond like that.
That's Derek Jeter commenting on the jump throw, the patented jump throw that he made famous. We saw Mookie Betts do it, but he bounced it. So Jeter was giving him a little flack, but it was still an amazing play, but very reminiscent of what we saw with Derek Jeter. So now I want you to start thinking, Fox Sports Radio Nation, about other patented plays.
And who owns them?
Okay? Because that jump throw is Jeter's. So kind of an honor to see Mookie Betts doing it in a big game yesterday. Think of more. We'll go over them, but let's go to Dan Byer now with an update.
What up, DB?
Guys, Jays and Mariners on Fox Sports 1 just after the top of the hour. It's a Game 5 series tied up at 2 apiece. The Brewers and Dodgers do play in L.A. tonight at 8:30 Eastern, with the Dodgers going for the sweep with Shohei Ohtani leading off in also the team's starting pitcher. He goes up against the Brewers' Jose Quintana. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy out against Atlanta on Sunday night. So Mac Jones gets the start. No Ricky Pearsall as well for San Francisco. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz is going to start Sunday against the Eagles. J.J. McCarthy will be the emergency quarterback as he's still trying to return from that high ankle sprain. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray going to be questionable to face the Packers, while wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. for Arizona has cleared concussion protocol. and will play against Green Bay in Week 7. No Puka Nacua for the Rams, ruled out against the Jaguars in London. Terry McLaurin's going to miss another game for the Commanders as the wide receiver won't play against Dallas. Dallas will have CeeDee Lamb, but won't have corner Trayvon Diggs, who is in concussion protocol following an incident at his home on Thursday. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers doubtful to face the Chiefs on Sunday, while the Browns ruled out David Njoku for their clash with the Miami Dolphins. Chargers wide receiver Quentin Johnston back to play the Colts, and Panthers running back Chuba Hubbard will return to action. He missed a couple of games with a calf injury. They have the Jets on Sunday. Garrett Wilson doubtful for New York because of a knee injury. Guys, back to you.
DB, I was, maybe not that surprised. I just checked. The line really hasn't moved much. Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, I guess under Kyle Shanahan, and the fact that Mac has held his own, that Vegas isn't really thinking it's much of a downgrade, which is interesting, right? Brock Purdy to Mac Jones is sort of a push in the eyes of gamblers.
It would be interesting to see if there wasn't Mac Jones, but you'd also have to think of all the Bosa, the Warner injury, and how that would have changed the numbers if those guys were there.
True. All right, thank you, DB.
Thanks, Dan.
We're going to go over those patented plays you spoke of, a la Jeter.
Mookie Betts.
I'm already thinking of other ones. We'll get to that. Plus, we'll give away some prizes, Brainwaves, a new game we got here on Fox Sports Radio, Weekend Hobnobbing, and a bunch more right here on FSR. But yesterday after the show, I went to the gym. 'Cause, hit your mid-40s. Guys just work a little extra hard.
Girls for the girls,
it's my
man.
birthday.
Yeah.
You hit your 40s and you're like, all right, I got, got to work harder. I'm at the gym, and there's only one TV on the Dodgers-Phillies game. And I looked around the gym.
I think one word. Pathetic.
I looked around, Danny G, and I commented on this. I left a video on my Instagram story in disgust because
I saw it.
I looked around and I saw 9 people with Dodger hats or T-shirts on. So let me tell you, LA people represent the Dodgers, but you know what they are? They're full of baloney.
You can't call them the LA Dodger fans, though,
baloney.
Rich. A real Dodger fan is not going to be in the middle of 2 miles of cardio.
I know. Someone told me
Well,
that. Go to Echo Park, go to downtown LA.
Yeah, I said, you go deeper into LA and then tell me that they're not going to have the Dodgers game on all the TVs. No. Sherman Oaks, I'm sorry, it's not Los Angeles.
I get
It
it.
is Los Angeles.
Yeah, but
I
it's
live in LA.
It's not Dodger Los Angeles.
As transplants, we're from the East Coast. It's really disappointing, though, because I experienced that a lot, as Rich did yesterday. It's like, you guys for real right now? How do you not have it on?
Dan Byer, it's wild.
Well, I was going to say, I try to give the license plate frame people the benefit of the doubt when I know that their team is playing at that point. Like maybe this poor guy's at work, and I know he's got the game on the radio, though, as he's listening to the Rams as he has his Rams license plate frame.
It dawned on me at the gym when I was doing triceps, a little rope pull down deal, the guy next to me had a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers T-shirt on. And I was like, all right, I'm going to observe this guy because the one TV across the room is the only one with the Dodgers game on. And this guy must have thought I was into him or something because I kept looking at him like, is he going to glance at the TV? This guy is wearing a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers shirt. There's one TV in front of the treadmills on the far side that I kept myself going back to look at just because I'm a sports fan.
Did the treadmills have the little personal TV?
No, they did not.
Okay.
And
do you think the treadmills we go to have personal TVs. We're lucky if they work.
Full selection
No,
of cable.
that's no. We
Yeah,
go to
Rich,
we go to the weakest gym until we get that Dan Patrick money.
Yeah, until we get that DP
We know-
money.
We know a lot of passionate Dodger fans, and then obviously
I know.
in every city where you have a winning team, you're going to see like the Patriots. There were a
Bandwagoners.
lot of Patriots scare all throughout Boston and Massachusetts, and not all of those people were riding with the Patriots when they were losing.
I think what
obviously.
Danny G is saying, like, we're in the San Fernando Valley, and maybe the Valley is a different type of fan.
Maybe, but I'll say this.
They're more into all-valley
There's-
karate.
There's levels of fans, right? There's levels of so many things, right?
That's what it is. yeah.
There's levels of fans, and again, not just fans. Anything you talk about, there's going to be levels of. There's some people that are music fans, and then there's like no. There's like music fans that know cuts of albums and singers of groups, and other people like I don't know who's in that band. Like
They're wearing the T-shirt of the band.
And
They
they-
couldn't
they,
name you
you
a
know,
single song.
they-
Weak.
they might be a fan of a band, and you're like, they might not know the album names, but they know a couple songs they like. I just know me and how I am with my sports teams. If the Mets, maybe because the Mets stink, but when the Mets are in the playoffs, I've traveled to New York to be there at the game, or I've actually said to the boss, like, can I broadcast from home that day so I don't miss any during my commute? Like, if you're a fan, there's no way you wouldn't be locked in during a postseason game.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Hey,
I've seen Covino on his phone at a restaurant during a regular season game. Like, I don't know. It's just
I
it
witnessed
just-
Danny G watching a Raiders game at a Rams game. How about that?
I don't disagree with that. You know, you went to a Rams game because you probably got a nice opportunity, but you're like, well, I still want to check out.
Yeah, my kid wanted to go. I brought him, but I'm like, I'm watching the whole Raiders
It's
game on
because
my
you
phone.
care. Yeah, it's just some people don't care as much. It's as simple as that.
It's casual versus like diehard. It's like you could say the same again about music. There's people that.
And
like,
if anyone gives you flack, it's what? Why? Because I care a lot?
Yeah, it's casual fans versus diehards.
Yeah, but
That's
then
what
again,
it is.
Maybe I shouldn't care so much about the casual fan. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. But there are times where I'm like, man, Dodgers tonight, and I'm just trying to make conversation with like a dad at the school, and he's like, oh, they're playing tonight. I'm like, they're playing tonight. It's the divisional series. What are you like? Like stuff like that will drive me bonkers.
Hey, welcome back to the show. There's a lot of pills out there, as Gary Goldman said. Comedian Gary Goldman says there's a lot of pills, but when I say the pill, you know what pill I'm talking about. When we say the show, we hope.
Oh yeah,
We hope.
Covino and Rich.
You
Yeah,
know
of
what we're
course.
talking about. Welcome back to the show. CNR on FSR, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, broadcasting live from Electric Avenue.
Is that where you live, Sam?
Yeah. Can't you tell by that shirt he's rocking?
Jeez.
He's boogieing in the studio. Danny G's on the phones, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. What a finish in Cincinnati.
Money Mac is ready. He takes a deep breath. Waits for the long snap back to Rico. Rico puts it down. The kick is up. It is good. Yes. And the Bengals have a 2-point lead with 7 seconds left on the clock.
That's courtesy of WLW Bengals Radio Network. That's our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Fun Thursday night football game.
Dude.
Old guys put on a show,
You ain't kidding.
and we enjoyed it.
You know, I know we're going to talk about patented plays, but you know what I was just thinking about? We'll go over it later next hour, but there's some games this week that can really tighten up divisions when you thought the division wasn't that way, if that makes sense. Like, if Jackson Dart and Scattaboo, your new knucklehead duo, if they somehow find a way to go to Denver and come out on top against the Broncos, who's to say the Vikings can't beat the struggling Eagles? Now all of a sudden it's a one-game difference of everyone in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Like but no division is locked. The fact that we were talking before with Dan Byer about how the AFC North, we thought, well, the Steelers might have it locked. No, No one has anything
That's a
locked up.
question itself. Do the Giants go back to life, back to reality? Giants continue with that momentum this week? We'll see.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. See,
Yeah.
that's a game that I didn't care about, and now I do.
Yep.
All right, let's go to your phone calls, your feedback. You said that Mookie Betts executed the old Derek Jeter, the in-the-hole jump throw to first.
The jump throw, and everybody knows it. It's kind of like
was his signature move.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you saw the silhouette, you would know that was Jeter's move. That's Jeter's patented thing. He would go deep in the hole, do the jump throw, and he says you don't bounce it, but Mookie bounced it. He actually commented on it after the game, if you heard it. Take a listen.
Take us through. You've done this a million times.
I have. Mookie bounced it. I mean, you got to try to get it there in the air all the way. But I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. No,
Yeah,
we
you'll
talked
give it to
about
him,
this. People
Jeets.
don't really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a compliment.
It's a tough play. It's a tough play. Mookie's an athlete, but when you see it, even though Mookie Betts executed it fantastically, it's Jeter's jump throw. The same way, we could go to your phone calls. I don't want to take the answer, but I'm going to. When you think like a hook in basketball.
Sky hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number one. So
I think of me at the playground, bro. I was hitting it.
I think of Covino and Kareem.
Well, we purposely did not search this online because we wanted to see how many we could come up with on our own first. But Skyhook's got to be number one if we went to some lists.
But I jokingly
Karimo.
said me. It's like every old white guy move too. Like it's when you see like the older guy at the playground or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's funny.
If like the dad showed up to the playground, like, "Hey guys,
and it
can I
doesn't even
jump
hit
in?"
the rim.
Yeah, he's definitely trying one of
Oh,
those.
my uncle used to do that all the time. He's like, hook shot from the free throw line.
But it makes sense because they grew up watching Kareem.
Yeah.
Right? That was
then
the
I'll
move.
then I'll give you another old guy playground basketball one that I'll give a shout out to Mad Dog Russo as well because he always has to bring up Bob Cousy. The underhand free throw shot.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes,
patented.
yes.
Everyone that does that at the playground gives old school Bob Cousy a
Patented.
shout out.
Speaking of basketball, I think we got a theme here with basketball right now.
Yeah, a lot of
But
signature moves in
The
basketball.
step back is James Harden. I mean, that's his patented cheating move. I still don't know if that's a legal move, but
He
The
did it.
the Euro step was Manu.
yep, the Euro step.
The Jordan, you could name a million, I'm sure, for Michael Jordan, but I always thought when you play horse, you couldn't slam it, but if you were doing the fake layup and then you come back under with the other hand, that would be like the horse move of the 90s when you were playing horse at the playground.
It won from the last 15 years. How about LeBron's chase down blocks?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Of course. So the phones are lit. We're going to take all your feedback next. We're going to play a game. We got a lot of fun coming up next hour. But if you can think of some of those patented moves in
Who
boxing,
owns them? Some might be debatable.
I'm thinking that shoulder roll for Mayweather.
that's
Anytime a
Mayweather.
defensive fighter does that like shoulder roll, I'm like, he's doing a Mayweather.
Definitely a Mayweather.
So all those patented moves, we'll go over them all next. If you want to chime in, 877-99 on Fox.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo
joking.
Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, "Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense." Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win? Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. I take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Big Game 5 about to get underway in Seattle. Mariners and Blue Jays American League Championship Series. You can see it on Fox Sports 1. Coverage already underway as it's Kevin Gausman against Bryce Miller. Tonight in L.A., it's Jose Quintana against Shohei Ohtani as the Dodgers try to sweep the Brewers. Game 4 of the NLCS starts at 8:30 Eastern Time with the Dodgers up 3-0 in that series. That's on TBS. 49ers will be without quarterback Brock Purdy again. He's going to miss Sunday night's game against the Falcons. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz to start against the Eagles. J.J. McCarthy is going to be the third quarterback as he's still dealing with his high ankle sprain. And Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray questionable to face the Packers on Sunday. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. has cleared concussion protocol. He's off the injury report and will play in Week 7. Puka Nacua of the Rams is not going to play in London against the Jaguars. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers doubtful to go up against the Chiefs in Kansas City. I'm Dan Beyer.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're so pumped this Friday. Let's all have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. We're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Speaking of games, our fun new game, Brainwave, comes up in about 20, 25 minutes. So call in when we ask you to call. And remember, you can watch and participate on our new YouTube channel, Covino and Rich FSR. So if you're already on YouTube, it's at Covino and Rich FSR. Follow for free and watch what you hear. I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis. We got Danny G. No relation to Warren, but he is related to Kenny, I heard. We got Sam. We got Spot. We got Dan Byer. We got you, Fox Sports Radio Nation. Let's rock.
All right. I have a question. If you live in Seattle, Washington, and you run a business, and one of your employees says, "Boss, I got tickets for today." You let your employee leave early. 3 o'clock start in Seattle, right?
Who are you, Ebenezer Scrooge? Yeah, let him have some
Yeah,
fun.
it was the same thing in L.A. yesterday.
Yeah.
I say, yeah.
You let people play hooky, no?
Different, though, with a Friday. Though Friday's cool. Like, yeah, you know what? Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Yesterday? Yeah, it's Thursday.
Right.
I don't know.
That's why they say Casual Friday.
Well, then again, out here in LA, I constantly wonder, what do people do? Because it seems like no one has a problem going somewhere in the afternoon in Los Angeles.
No, it's a different beast down here in L.A. So live from the mean streets of L.A. Again, we're Covino and Rich. And let's just get into it because we got Brainwave coming up. Patented moves in sports. Not in the bedroom. I don't want to hear about your bedroom antics. Your patented sports moves, because Mookie Betts pulled a Derek Jeter yesterday. And when we say Derek Jeter, we don't mean gift baskets. We mean the jump throw. We mean the jump throw. So are there any other ones? I have a few, I think. We already mentioned the skyhook, the step back. How about the Dan Quisenberry submarine pitch? Right? Like, do you credit? I think as an 80s kid, if you're doing some sort of submarine pitch, that's Quisenberry.
Honestly, I thought of reliever Jeff Innes.
No way.
Because
over Quisenberry?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's debatable. Like, who owns it? Like, maybe you're right, Rich, but for me, that's what I think of. So I think it's still a patented move.
All right, you know what? Let's go to the phone calls. Let's take your feedback. Patented moves, patented plays. Let's go to Cade in Reno. What's up, Cade?
What's up, fellas? Got to say, you guys are by far the best listen on Fox Sports Radio. Love listening to you guys every day.
Hey, let's spread that rumor,
I'll take
man.
that. I'll
Thank
take
you.
that. Thank you, Cade. What's your move, man? What move comes to mind?
Hey, I got one in a way different vein than the Jeter or anything like that, but and it's lost some of its luster now that they do 4 fingers up and you intentionally walk a guy. But when you would see a catcher stand up to intentionally walk someone, I would always think of Barry Bonds when they would intentionally walk him with the bases loaded. Remember in the home run derby, they pretended to intentionally walk him. That's kind of his patented thing, more than anyone ever combined, damn near.
Yeah, but I would feel like did he have a move like where he just still did something? I'm thinking more of like a physical move, but hey, Cade's a smart guy. Loves our show.
Thank you, buddy.
Bean in Boise. What's up, Bean?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. Long time, first time.
What's up?
I'll echo Cade's sentiments there. My afternoon drive wouldn't be the same without you guys. Appreciate you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Hey, so I was never talented enough to pull this off because I had a hard enough time, swinging the bat just in a normal way. But a lot of people in Little League growing up would love to do try out the Jeff Bagwell stance.
Yeah, they would. I mean, I think stances alone is its own category, right? Like, who did the first bat flip? That would be a good thought. Like, who was the first guy to do a bat flip?
The first?
And don't tell me it's Joey Bats. Don't tell me it's
no. It's
Which
not.
batter do you guys think of who lifted his front leg the highest?
Darryl.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah,
Darryl Strawberry had a really big leg kick with the stance. You know what I'm thinking? It's got to be something that people have emulated since, and they've been the first. Like, all right, for instance, in the NFL, who do you credit for when people high step? Is it prime time? When you see some guy showboat and he starts high stepping into the end zone? Deion Sanders, high stepping.
Speaking of sidearm submarine pitchers, how about sidearm quarterbacks? I think when you see sidearm quarterbacks, I think Mahomes, I think he was one of the first guys that I've seen patent it in such a way. But we'll get back to your phone calls and feedback.
What about Dirk's fadeaway?
Yeah.
The one-legged fadeaway.
Yes. That's a great one.
You know, speaking of basketball, I saw a play that I've never seen before, and I'm sure it's not patented quite yet. I'm sure there's no name for it. But you know how they say Wembanyama grew 2 inches, 7'5" now?
Yeah.
They're saying he might
Who'd
be
he say?
7'7".
Height-wise.
No, dude. He caught a rebound. Did you see this?
Yes.
He didn't even have to jump. Caught the rebound.
Ridiculous.
And slammed it. It was like the Wem Bam Jam or something. Because I've never seen it.
No, the
one's ever
Wem
done-
Bammy Jammy is what
The
they call it.
Wem
Yeah.
Bammy Jammy. Because, again, picture this. Caught the rebound, Rich. Jammed it without even having to jump.
Because
Didn't
he's
even have
so
to jump.
high up.
Yeah. So it's not patented yet, but I've never seen anyone else do that.
Guys, I cheated. I looked up who it is, but I had to figure out who was the first person to spike a football. Because
Can you give us a hint?
we don't know
we
him.
don't know.
We don't
Okay.
know him unless you know
Oh.
Homer Jones. Do you know
That
Homer
just,
Jones?
That just reminded me the first one to do the Lambeau leap. That was Leroy Butler, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Byer knows
Yes, it
that
was
story.
against Danny's Raiders. I was there. My feet were frozen in the first quarter because I wanted to wear my Larry Johnson cons.
Yeah, that's
Bad move from late December.
definitely a signature move. Thousands of players have done it since.
That's great. I did not know that little fun fact. But Homer Jones, a wide receiver for the New York Giants, in 1965, caught a touchdown pass against the Eagles. Though his original intention was to throw the ball into the stands, it slipped.
I've heard
and
that.
he sort of
I've
spiked
heard
it.
that story.
And then other
Oh,
people
that's
like, yo, he
crazy.
spiked the football. Yeah. So the first guy to spike a football, Homer Jones.
Nice.
A guy that you would never get that. If you know that, you're coming to trivia night.
Do you think Skyhook is like the maybe of all like it's cream,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
probably the best
got to be
one.
the number one
Yeah.
answer, right?
Yeah, we said on a bunch of the internet lists, it must be number one.
Yeah. What about Dream Shake?
Oh,
That's
Elijah Wan.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm trying to
He
think.
teaches. By the way, he teaches like
Bigs
guys.
how to do
yes,
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his move.
How about the shake, rattle, and roll from the Honky Tonk Man?
I was also thinking,
That doesn't count?
DB, my grandpa used to talk about George Gervin's finger roll.
Always could finger roll. Yes.
Finger roll. And then
Yes, man.
other NBA players started copying that finger roll. I think Wilt Chamberlain started doing
I
it.
got one that no one's going to say because
What the Tuffle Shuffle?
that's a good one. No,
Timmy
but
Tuffle?
because they're usually positive, but anytime someone quits a game or quits in a fight, it's the Roberto Duran no mas, even though he claims that never happened and it's not what he said. It's sort of a patented thing that we associate with Roberto Duran. If you quit, no mas.
Oh, what about the Ricky with the snap catch?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Right?
That's a
like
real
think
good
of how
one.
many times you were in high school or some
Yeah,
show-off
you would
kid.
do
Yeah,
it.
You
yeah.
catch a fly ball, little snap
That's
down.
I'm sure he has another,
Yeah.
that we're
The
not
Ricky.
thinking of, but
Rest
that
in
is
peace.
definitely a Ricky Henderson thing when you snap that catch. All right, back to the phones.
You know how I'm thinking of these?
877-99 on Fox.
I'm just thinking of things we all
By names.
did on the playground.
Yeah.
Like thinking back to my childhood. Who did something where your coach was like, "Don't do that. You're not blank." You know?
Yeah,
Willie
don't do
Mays.
that. You're not Deion Sanders. Don't high step Dan. I got chewed out in freshman football because I high stepped down a sideline in
God,
practice.
I wish we had video of that. Man. That'd be great.
I still remember it to this day.
But from the movie Major League, but also from real life. When a basket catch, like a Willie Mays, like don't do that. Get under the ball, 2 hands.
Definitely a patented move.
Basket catch.
Mm-hmm. All right, so again, Jeter's jump throw. We saw it in the playoffs. Mookie Betts, highest compliment, right?
Let's say hi to Corey in South Dakota. What's up, bud?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. What do you
Thank
think?
you.
Hey, so I got two. I thought of another one while I was on hold there. But the backwards spinning hurdle, you can call it the backwards spurtle by Saquon.
I don't know if anyone can ever do that again, though.
Yeah.
One-time thing.
That's a one-time doozy.
But you know what? We'll
But
always know that
maybe-
that was him.
Yeah. What was that?
Maybe so, but it's not
Sorry about that,
good.
Corey.
They just can't do it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Whenever I see a guy quit mid-game and leave the field with his shirt off, I'm like, they did the Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
there
you go.
it
Look
was.
Look at him.
Yes.
That's funny.
Any other patented moves?
All right. Not so much moves, but you got to remember, there's got to be a first for all these things. Who is the first reliever to have a grandioso entrance? Was it Mariano Rivera with Enter Sandman, or was there someone
far as I
before?
know.
Was there someone before that? Trevor Hoffman's in the same timeline, but probably not. Who was the first guy where it's like hit the music? they're coming in.
Because
I remember in the early 80s, they talked about the Hulkster, rest in peace, Hulkamania. He got the idea of, why don't we play music when I come down to the ring? And now when you see boxing, wrestling, all these entrances are 25, 30 minutes long.
Over the top. By the way, I know it's not one of the 4 major sports, but there was a diver I used to follow as a kid named Thornton Millen. And he did something called the Triple Lindy.
Screw you, Mellon.
The Triple Lindy. And not a lot of people could pull that off the way he did. It was his patented dive.
By the way, Sam, were you just playing Bret the Hitman Hart?
No, he's playing Enter Sandman.
Oh, it sounded like the beginning of Bret the Hitman Hart, too.
Rich, you made me think of when you said coaches would say, stop doing that, or kids would be like, I'm going to practice this. On the soccer field, back in the day, I coached some kids, and they would all try to shoot the ball, and they're like, bend it like Beckham.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. He even had a name for his signature move.
Let's wrap it up with Dave is in Missouri. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
What's up?
Missouri.
What up, man?
What up? Hey, I appreciate you guys. I think we're about the same age, so I love listening to your stuff. When I thought of this, I thought of the best, going back to baseball, defensive shortstop of all time, Ozzie Smith, the Wizard.
Yeah, every time Iowa Sam does backflips in the studio, I'm like, look at you, Ozzie. Look at you. What are you, the Wizard?
But it's not the backflip. It is when they would turn a double play, he would run across second base, jump up in the air, and throw it to first.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, he had in-action baseball cards with that move.
Was he one of the first guys? Because remember we all learned in high school when you turn a double play, you don't actually catch the ball. Like you almost catch it against your glove to be faster. I think Ozzie did that as well.
Yeah, he was so good. We don't talk about him enough.
Who was in the inside of your glove? I had a Rawlings with the Ozzie Smith signature. I know there was the Robin Yount. Who did you have? You remember?
I do. I had it was a Jim Palmer, actually.
How old are you?
It's some glove my uncle stole from like a sporting goods store.
All right. Hey, all the feedback is still coming in. You can hit us up at Covino Rich. Maybe we'll take a few more. But right now, hey, we're getting close to Sunday football. It's time for my big TV game of the week.
You should see my setup. I got an extra TV.
The game that I will have. You should call it Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
It's Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
Oh, listen to Spot laughing in that intro. Turns out being a sponsored segment, you big goon. Hey, my Big TV Game of the Week. There's some goodies. And I'll tell you what, if you want to wake up early, Rams-Jags. Two good teams. Puka Nacua not playing, like Dan Beyer said. But I know DB and I are going to be Trevor Lawrence fans on Sunday. The Rams picking up an L in London wouldn't bother me too much. We'll see what happens there. Both 4-2. So, I mean, I'm not Elias at the Sports Bureau, but I can't remember a game overseas with two winning teams like this of importance. Usually it's a couple teams that, they have good fan bases, but can you remember a game with significance?
A couple of years ago when they first started playing in Germany, the Seahawks and Buccaneers played a game.
And that had significance.
With Tom Brady. Plus, it was a little bit later. It was in November. I do remember that. And then, I thought there was a game like a year or two ago where we were like, it was Chiefs-Dolphins, I think, in Germany when we were like.
We went to Mexico City, and it was Phillip Rivers, because I remember people saying, Felipe Rios,
sure.
against the Chiefs, and that was a good one. But a lot of times the international games don't bring. I think this is going to be a big game.
Yeah. There's also previously like the better teams, like the Packers and Steelers. Teams wouldn't want to play them overseas because they would lose the home gate if they were coming to town. So the Packers were the last team to play in Europe because any team that from the AFC always wanted the Green Bay fans to show up to their stadium.
No doubt. All right. So that game is on early, so that gets the big TV because nothing else is on. Want to wake up at 6:30 in the morning on the West Coast, Covino?
No.
If so, you got Rams-Jags. Now, the early slated games. Raiders-Chiefs. Hey, maybe the Raiders make a little noise. Danny G, that's not the big TV game, but I know you'd watch that.
But it's a good rivalry.
And Max Crosby loves trying to rough
There's
up.
a lot of talk of can they upset the Chiefs,
and they
or
play
they play tough.
They've
We'll
always
see.
played them tough, and I know you love to see Max Crosby chasing around Mahomes.
I do.
One of your favorite pastimes. The Dolphins-Browns, no thanks. Patriots should beat up on the Titans, but again, that's not a big TV game right there.
No.
Panthers-Jets?
No. No.
Saints at the Bears? If you want to see Caleb, yeah, I guess so. which leaves the only game worthy maybe of the big TV is Eagles at Vikings. Again, the early slate, not great, but I'll go with that one. If I have to pick a game, I think I'm going to say Eagles-Vikings, just to see if the Eagles get back on track, if they win, they're 5-2 and sort of in control of like I said, the NFC East again. But if the Vikings find a way in Minnesota, Skull, if they find a way to pull this one out, they have confused the NFC East in a great way. I would love that. Imagine if, and then the Giants find a way to win, and, Dallas isn't really out of it. I think that Minnesota beating the Eagles would be great for football.
I agree with you, Rich. I mean, it's your big TV, so I'm not going to tell you what to put on. But I do agree with you. I am interested, though, in the Raiders, Chiefs, just to see how that pans out. And, see if the Chiefs step it up and play like the Chiefs, like they're supposed to play. But you're right. Eagles, Minnesota, as far as the early games, that's the best game.
Now, in the late games, Packers, Cardinals, I mean, Packers 3-1-1. I feel like they've hardly played this year. They had the tie. They had the bye week already. That doesn't get the big TV, but that should be fun to check in on. Same with, you know what? Commanders, Cowboys. That's a check-in on background game. Great divisional matchup. Way better games in the later set, so you'll be doing a little hopping around. You'll have those on the quad box, the 4-screen. I might need your help here, Covino. What are you putting on the big TV? I know it's my big TV game of the week, but I could defer to a friend once in a while.
Yeah, no,
do you like
for sure.
Do you like the Colts against the Chargers?
Dude, that's a matchup.
Or we just said before, just the excitement of Dart and Scatterboo.
Yeah, those are the
against
two.
the Broncos. Those are the two.
I feel like one means more than the other, but like you said, you brought different implications into, well, if the Giants beat Denver, that sort of changes things.
That changes the NFC West. It changes the AFC West and the NFC East. So,
yo, dude, personally, as far as excitement level,
Dart,
it's got to be Dart and Scatterboo and those two goons against the Broncos. Because that's a true test to see what they could do. It really changes a lot.
Bo Nix at home, they're 7.5-point favorites, man.
I agree. The Colts and the Chargers are the better matchup. I don't think it's the more exciting That's how I feel about it.
I'm going Giants Broncos. Giants Broncos, big TV. And then, hey, if you guys want to come over, I'll order some food. 49ers, Falcons, Sunday night, primetime game.
You hear that? Rich is buying.
5:20 West Coast, 8:20 back east.
Is your pool ready?
My pool is not ready.
What about the hot tub?
Hot tub soon, Sam. You'll be the first to go in it in your Speedo.
What about the swim up barbecue?
Not yet.
Dang.
But we're doing the backyard over again. In the meantime, I'll order pizza for you,
I'll still
Sam.
come over.
All right.
49ers, Falcons. Mac Jones getting the start. And, again, the Falcons are such a confusing team as the memes go. How could the same team lose to the Panthers 30-0 and then go to Buffalo and beat the Bills? I'm sorry, they won at home against the Bills, but how do they beat the Bills but lose 30-0 to the Panthers? So a real good litmus test also to see, where are these Falcons?
Yeah, who are these
Who
Falcons?
are you, Falcons?
Who are they?
Falcons are, and you know what? When you say who are they, I'll tell you who they are. The Falcons are a team that's 3-2 with 3 pretty good wins.
Oh, you got to stop Bijan. That's what you got to do.
And one close loss, that one 30-0 loss against Carolina, I think really messed with your perception of the Falcons. They might be better than you think. So I think we got a really good Sunday night game, Niners-Falcons. Great weekend of football.
Yeah,
really.
so again, Eagles, Minnesota, Giants, Denver, and then, of course, the late game, Falcons, 49ers. Your big TV games of the week. Thanks again to TCL. Appreciate you. We're Covino and Rich, and we need some people to play our game.
Yeah, brainwaves if you want in. 877-99 on Fox. You got to see if you're on the same ridiculous wavelength as everyone here in the studio. It's multiple choice. It's fun, sports, music, entertainment. We go over all of it. A fun game we'll play next, right here, Covino and Rich.
Rich and I proving without even trying how different we are. The guy was born with no chill, so he loves a nail biter. If your team's in a nail biter, it's almost hard to say you enjoyed the game because the Yankees won yesterday. But afterward, I'm thinking to myself, did I really enjoy that? I felt relief afterward, but I'm like, I don't even know if that was fun. That was so stressful.
You're right, though. We are cut from a different cloth because
mine's leather. Yours is like, I don't know what yours is.
Burlap.
Yeah, burlap or something. Some sort of burlap sack.
I don't care what mine is, but yours is definitely leather because you think you're like the Mexican Fonz. Hey.
Where's leather chaps?
It is interesting, though, because in all aspects of life, I do like that thrill of
panic
and uncertainty.
That's
and
terrible.
I feel like it's...
For example, the Tigers are up 6-1, right? Rich says, you see this game right here? Tigers, Cleveland? I'm bored by it already because it's 6-1. I'm like, I get it because you don't care about either team. But Detroit Tigers fans feel great about that. That's my point.
But you know what would give them more a rush? They would have more of a rush if it was 2-1 still.
That's not joy. That's panic. And I think you have like a misunderstanding of what joyous feels like.
I'm a roller coaster guy. You're a teacup guy, I guess.
Well, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe I'm a Peter Pan's flight kind of guy.
What?
Have you ever...
You never went on Peter Pan's flight?
Have you ever had a...
No.
How do I say this politely on Fox Sports? Have you ever made love in a place where you could get caught? Where you're like, no way!
Risk adrenaline rush?
I must love that. And then you would think I'm a skydiver or something. I'm not. I just feel like you like very little risk and you like very little excitement. Like you seem like sort of a dud of a guy to me.
Jeez.
Sadie seems like a dud.
You like to be titillated, Rich? That's what you like?
Yeah. He likes a nail biter.
He likes titillation.
He thinks that's fun. You know,
Yeah.
you realize that it's called a nail biter because you're nervous and you're panicky the whole time. Biting your nails doesn't equal fun. I think you were dropped on your head or something. You're misunderstanding. Put that helmet on, that Strauss helmet, because that's not fun until it's over and they won.
I think you remember it fondly because of how stressful it was. Like
Of
I think
course.
I think of certain football wins for Iowa where they escaped, and you're like, that was amazing,
All right,
but only
well,
after the fact.
Here's the deciding factor. What do you guys think? Hit us up at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. We'll wrap it up with one more phone call.
All right.
We have James in Orlando. You're on the Covino Rich Show.
Orlando! What you do to your
877-99
hair?
Fox. What's
What's
up,
up?
buddy?
What's up, gentlemen? Bet Show Radio right here.
Thank you, man.
Talking to you guys. Yeah, first time in. Yeah, man, I'm with Covino on this one. I'm a Miami Hurricane, and let me tell you something. All week I've been stressing about this game coming up on Saturday, and I am going to be wearing out the carpet if it's a close game.
No, for real.
I'm going to be pacing, and I want to blow out. I want to blow out so I can
relax.
Watch them kick ass.
Yes. James, you know what? You said you wore out your carpet. I don't have carpets, but you know what I have now? I started off the night with a brand new pair of gold toe socks. They were mint. By the end of the night, they were screen door socks on the bottom. You know what I mean by
Mesh
screen
door.
door socks?
Yeah.
I already wore through a brand new pair.
No, they're down to the fibers.
His socks look like the dirty screens in My Cousin Vinny that the old lady couldn't see through.
There you go.
And my girlfriend, you know, I have a theory on this too, because girls don't burn through socks the way guys do. They don't.
We're usually heavier, too.
Look at your wife and girlfriend's socks. Both of them. If you have both, look at both of their socks. They don't have the screen doors.
If you have a gumad, look at hers, yeah.
They don't have the screen door troubles that we have, and my theory is this. They don't panic about sports the way we do, and they don't create as much friction as we do as big fat slobs. They don't have that weight friction pacing around watching a really tight fight or a tight game the way we do. Because my girlfriend hits me up. She's like, aren't you embarrassed wearing those things? I'm like, these are game day socks. What do you want from me?
Have you ever watched a fight with Covino? He's shadowboxing like he's Tank Davis or something.
It's a nerve-wracking.
Yeah. We got so much great feedback coming in at Covino and Rich. Now, before we play our game, I just want to give like 2 quick shout-outs of people chiming in. Like DJ L said, what about the Dan Marino fake spike when we talk about patented plays?
What about Shaq swinging from the rim?
That's
his
a big
logo.
one.
His logo.
Bernie Kosar did that sidearm throw once in a while, so you got to give him some love. You said Mahomes. A lot of Tim Hardaway crossovers. The Ali shuffle in the ring.
Oh, that's a good one.
Southside Chuck said...
You could also say the rope-a-dope. You associate that with Ali.
Cove. Southside Chuck said, Pete Rose, a.k.a. Charlie Hustle, with the head-first slide and dive.
I was thinking of that one.
Yeah, so there's a
we're
bunch of...
We're on the same page.
Hey, keep them coming at Covino and Rich. And Big Bad Rob, Big Rig Rob said, you guys are talking about who was signed the inside of your baseball glove? The Ozzie Smith. Did you have the Robin Young? He goes, did anyone else have the Rawlings Dale Murphy? That was another one back then. What is it now? Is there anyone in particular?
No, I don't know. Yeah, but the Ozzie Smith was famous. Robin Yount was really famous.
My daughter has the Jenny Finch, but I don't know if there's like a baseball one that stands out. What's up, DB?
Have you guys heard that Dale Murphy song? It got in my TikTok algorithm. Have you heard it? I didn't know. I'm like, how does this... And I figured, maybe because of baseball, and I didn't know.
Dale Murphy song.
A guy made a song, kind of, it's based on Dale Murphy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's called Dale Murphy, I think.
I heard the Eddie Murphy song.
Oh, really?
Party all the time.
Yeah.
Dale.
But no, not the Dale Murphy one. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Cue it up for after the break, Sam. The new Dale Murphy
Some guy
song.
named Clever, I think, is his name. It just ended up in my TikTok algorithm.
Thank you. That's
funny.
Dan Byer, and we're all getting ready for our new game. Again, Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. It's called Brainwave.
Do Covino and Rich really share the same brain?
Doris Day, Red, Shining Johnny Ray, Pacific, South Pacific, Joe DiMaggio.
Is their crew not far behind?
We're one.
Welcome to Brainwave.
Try to make sense of the brain.
It's easy. We drop fun sports, music, and entertainment questions. And if you match with enough of these bozos, you win.
I love that.
On the count of 3, reveal.
Brainwave.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
It pays to match our brain.
All right. Happy Friday. The questions in this game are all subjective. You just need to try and match the brain of CNR and the crew. All right. We're going to get our contestant on the studio lines right now. Then I'll explain. Tony in Oregon. What up?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
What's happening, gentlemen? Happy Friday.
Back at you.
Tony, what do you do there in beautiful Oregon?
In construction.
Yeah,
something with trees.
Yeah. Waste management.
Here's how the game works. I have 5 rounds ready to go. Our contestant needs to win 2 of them to be the champ and walk away with a CNR Nerf football. I'm going to ask a sports, music, or entertainment question and then give 3 debatable answers to choose from. The 6 of us in studio are going to write down our answers on dry erase boards for our YouTube channel. And Tony, that'll give you time to get your answer ready. Then on the count of 3, the caller shouts out his answer, and we'll go around the studio to reveal ours. The training wheels are off, you guys. Our contestant is going to have to match 4 of us to win the round.
All right.
So you got to bat 667. Or no matter the caller's answer, if all 6 of us in the studio happen to match, Tony will automatically win that round.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. Round 1. We're going to start with sports. We are Fox Sports Radio. Which name from the sports world have CNR said the most on the air in the past 12 months?
Oh, okay.
Aaron Rodgers, Bill Belichick, or Aaron Judge?
Oh,
that's a good one.
All right, write your answers down, guys.
All right.
Tony, think about yours.
All right. Who we said the most in the past 6 months?
Past 12 months.
12 months. Okay, yeah,
Past year.
I got it then.
All right, everybody locked in?
Yep.
Locked in.
Tony, we need your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bill Belichick.
All right, he says Belichick.
Oh.
We're going to start with Covino. Reveal.
I said Aaron Judge.
Oh. All right.
All right.
Then we go to Rich.
Sorry, buddy. I said Aaron Rodgers. Sorry.
Maybe today.
All right, DB.
I started to write J for Juan Soto before the options were given. The J was already there, so I went Judge.
All right.
Judge.
That means mathematically you're out. But for fun, what'd you write, Spotty? What was your answer?
I wrote Aaron Rodgers.
I wrote Rodgers as well.
Because I know you hate him, Danny, every time you bring it up. And I had Aaron Judge.
All right.
Wow. No one said Belichick.
Man.
I mean, they're all great answers,
Yeah.
and I don't blame you for saying Belichick, Bud, because there's so much Jordan Hudson news and so much Belichick stuff. But, I don't know. That wasn't my answer.
Pablo Torre still has such a for that story, huh?
Covino said Aaron Judge 937 times in one show,
Yeah.
arguing for his MVP
You know, you very well,
candidacy.
that did add up. All right, next one.
All right, here we go. Round 2. So clean your board off. Here we go. We're going to go to the entertainment category. Which celebrity would you be least likely to donate money to for a fundraiser? Oprah Winfrey, Brett Favre,
Oh, man.
or Alyssa Milano?
Oh. You know what?
Oprah, Brett Favre, or Alyssa Milano?
All right. I got it.
Okay, got
Locked
it.
in.
Locked.
All right. I am locked in too.
Locked in.
Our crew's good to
Locked
go.
in.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, on the count of 3, reveal your answer. 1, 2, 3.
Brett Favre.
All right, he says Brett Favre. We're going to go in reverse order this time. So Iowa Sam.
I said Brett Favre.
All right. So far, nice. All right. I also said Brett Favre.
Nice.
Wow, that's 2. He needs 2 more. Spotty boy.
I also said Brett Favre.
Boom.
DB.
I went off the map. I went Oprah.
I mean, it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, but don't worry, Tony, because I said Brett Favre too.
Oh, there you go. Bam.
We got a winner. I said Favre, too, for the record. I debated on Oprah, though. I did.
I did too. Tony, that means you are halfway to CNR Nerf football.
All right.
All right.
Go.
We go round 3 now. We're going to go back to sports.
All right, let's go.
Let's say the offensive weapons are even. Which quarterback do you trust the most? Playoff game, need a TD to win with 1:48 left on the clock.
Oh, God.
Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, or Josh Allen?
We're saying right now?
Right now, which quarterback do you trust the most? Playoff game, need a touchdown to win, 1:48 left on the clock.
Oh, man. Hold on. I'm changing my answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
All right.
I think it's easy answer.
All right. Got it. Locked.
Okay, Tony, on the count of 3, reveal yours. 1, 2, 3.
Patrick Mahomes.
All right, we are going to start with a friend of Mahomes over there, Steve Covino.
Better believe it. Patrick Mahomes.
He said Mahomes, all right.
Absolutely proving it. Let's do it.
Rich Davis.
No diggity, no doubt, Mahomes.
Mahomes, all right. DB.
Mahomes.
All right. Spotty.
I mean, this is Kermit Mahomes.
Oh, he wins.
Yeah. Boom.
I thought there would be.
Oh, Danny had big. I had Mahomes too.
Right now,
5 out of 6.
watching Baker with all those comebacks.
He's been great. But Mahomes has done it over and over again over years.
Yeah, he's already proven
Over
it.
and over.
All right, so you won the Nerf football already, Tony. Let's do we'll do a bonus round, and we'll throw in a koozie, a CNR koozie for you here. Let's go to music.
Let's do it.
Who was the more influential rapper of the 90s?
Oh, this is a good one.
Tupac, Biggie, or Snoop Dogg?
Man, that's tough.
A lot of debate on this online.
Most influential.
Yeah, more influential rapper of these 3 in the 90s. Tupac, Biggie, or Snoop Dogg?
You know what? It's a really good one, but if you think about it. So before you give your answer, Tony, really think about it.
Yeah, we're going to start. You guys all locked in?
Yeah.
Locked in.
All right, we're going to start with Sam.
Oh, did he say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope.
We'll reveal your answer right now. 1, 2, 3.
Tupac Shakur.
All right, he says Pac. Samuel.
Also said Tupac.
Boom. I also said Tupac. Is that easy, Spotty?
I think it's an East Coast West Coast thing. I went with Biggie.
All right.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear what DB has to say on this.
How little do you know me, Tupac Shakur.
Wow.
Rich Davis.
Snoop D-O double G.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
And Rich and I share a brain.
Wow.
You know why? Because everybody on this is influential, but their lives were cut short. Snoop Dogg has generations, decades of influence.
But this question was in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, but from the 90s till now,
Okay.
he's still influencing.
You could argue that, but I think Tupac overall affected the world more in the 90s than just the left or west or right
and
side.
he took it to acting and everything
Yeah.
else. So I get what you're saying for sure, but that was a great question.
All right. So, Tony, congratulations there
There you go,
in
Tom.
Oregon. We're going to add you to the mailing list for CNR prize package, okay?
Thank you, gentlemen. Hey, can I add one more old man move?
Yeah,
I know that
What do you got?
the fake spike got stolen right before I got on. But, I thought of another one. Gaylord Perry with the putting pine tar on it on the pitches.
Gaylord Perry with the pine tar. I was thinking there's a bunch of other old guy moves. If you want to take more feedback next, we could do it. The old guy moves
Like
and
patented moves?
and the patented moves. Yeah.
All right,
Thanks, buddy.
so your phone calls, and we got more Covino and Rich. Again, we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Real quick, for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And we got Dan Byer on standby, waiting just to say hi. He's got your update.
What's up, DB?
Scoreless between the Mariners and Blue Jays in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. Bottom of the second right now. You could see it on Fox Sports 1 as the best-of-7 series is tied up at 2 games apiece. Dodgers look for the sweep tonight against the Brewers in Game 4 of the NLCS. That's at 8:30 Eastern Time on TBS. Jose Quintana pitches for Milwaukee. Shohei Ohtani is on the mound for the Dodgers. He'll also bat leadoff for L.A. Jackson Chourio is in the lineup for Milwaukee. He's actually batting second tonight and playing left field in Game 4 after having to leave yesterday's Game 3 with an apparent hamstring issue. Some quarterbacking news in the NFL. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray questionable to face the Packers on Sunday. He's got that foot injury that cost him last week against the Colts. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been cleared by Arizona. He'll play against the Packers after getting through concussion protocol. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy out against the Falcons, as is wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. Mac Jones to start under center again for San Francisco. And J.J. McCarthy is not ready yet for the Vikings. He'll be the emergency quarterback Sunday when they face the Eagles in Minneapolis. Carson Wentz to get another start for Minnesota. No Puka Nacua for the Rams, out against the Jaguars in London. Cowboys will have CeeDee Lamb but won't have corner Trayvon Diggs, who is in concussion protocol following an incident at his home on Thursday. Commanders will be without Terry McLaurin, and Deebo Samuel's status is in question. The status of Bears running back DeAndre Swift and wide receiver DJ Moore, while they're on their injury report, guys, both are expected to play on Sunday. That was from the Bears. Raiders center Brock Bowers doubtful to go against the Chiefs. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson doubtful to play against the Panthers. Guys, back to you.
No, thanks, Dan Byer.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up, we got weekend hobnobbing. What to watch in the world of sports and entertainment. Lots of football, lots of baseball, lots of good streaming stuff, and we'll do that next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
I think it's the debate that's sweeping the nation right now, and I just don't get it. Remember in the movie Big? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
What don't you get?
I don't understand how people's hate of the Yankees is really clouding their logic, their common sense. Aaron Judge is your MVP. I don't care how many home runs Cal Raleigh hits. He's having a magical season. I think Cal Raleigh's great for Seattle. Congrats on their victory yesterday. Congrats on his 2 home runs. By the way, Judge also hit 2 home runs yesterday. Are you guys failing to realize that Judge leads the MLB in almost every other category? Guess how many categories Cal Raleigh leads the MLB in? 1. Home runs. If that was the be-all, end-all, why didn't Judge win the MVP in 2017 when you gave it to Altuve? That turd. Get out of here.
You keep forgetting there's a whole other side of the game. I don't know, defense, catcher.
Where Judge is also pretty stellar Incubus style.
Hold on, I just saw a
He's
stat.
stellar in the outfield. You're acting
Hold
like
on.
this guy's some sort of schlub. He made
Hold
one
up.
error last year, and everyone keeps bringing that up. I got so many reasons as to why it's so clearly Judge. I need to understand why you think it's Cal Raleigh, because he hit 60 home runs.
Honestly, you defending Judge, it's like fighting with my wife about something where I know I'm not going to win.
It's not. It's ridiculous. It's the debate that's sort of dividing the country right now. And you know what? It's better than late night TV and politics or anything else. So we might as well lean into it.
I'll be honest, this is way more fun to
Right?
argue about. Judge has played 40% of his games this year at the DH position, which means he has done nothing.
Because he was hurt and he still dominated. He
And-
still led the team.
And when he's in the field, not a Gold Glover. And Cal Raleigh, not only a Gold Glover last year, he was a Platinum Glover, which means the best overall defender. So,
Wait, but did you hear what I said before about Judge leading the major leagues in everything? Major leagues.
Oh, major leagues,
Cal
okay.
Raleigh leads the AL in RBI, not the major leagues. He leads the major leagues in home runs, and that's it. And you know what? And people kissing his dumper. People kissing his ass.
Well, that's a pretty
'Cause
sweet
people
dumper.
hate the Yankees so much. You're letting it get in the way of the actual truth, which is Aaron Judge is so exceptional and so great. You should be embracing his greatness, not trying to tear him down just to lift up Cal Raleigh. It's the conversation that just keeps going on and on and on. And again, people just want to ignore the stats and hate on the Yankees. That's really it. And, of course, Judge fatigue, which we pointed out throughout the week. What are your thoughts,
Your
man?
thoughts, Mr.
Because I do value your thoughts tremendously.
Yeah, it's not that deep. And I'll just say this. I will tend to go to the guy that I don't think will win it again. So if it's close, I'm going with Cal Raleigh. I think Judge has won it. He'll always be in the conversation. Cal Raleigh may, but we don't know. I always side with that. Honestly, guys, I do it with the NBA MVP, which I think that's how they vote, and that may make people frustrated or mad
But
that
it's not a charity vote. I don't get that.
you know what it's like? I'll give you an analogy. You know when you watch a fight, UFC or boxing, you have to judge round by round, and you can't go back and change your round because it's like, oh, well, that's a closer fight than I thought. Maybe I'll go back and give Canelo round 2. That's not how it works. You judge a round, and you move on. Because I'll back Covino up on one and only point because I think it's Cal Raleigh that should win. But we can't not give it to Judge because we're tired of him. Like the Joker in the NBA. You can't be like, well, he's already won a bunch.
No,
Let's
but
not give it to him.
They arguably did that to Lamar
That's why-
Jackson last year when they gave it to Josh Allen. Not that Josh Allen didn't deserve it, just like Cal Raleigh doesn't deserve it. But you could say that maybe, Lamar Jackson won it already, so we'll give it to him. Dude, Judge deserves this. I think that is pretty clear when you see that he leads in almost everything.
But the previous years weren't a bar on what was and what wasn't an MVP caliber season. And I say that because Lamar's season last year, passer-wise, I believe is 4th best in NFL history as a passer. That was last season. So I believe there are only 3 other seasons that were better, a couple by Aaron Rodgers. So it's tough to argue against that if you're for Lamar, but the bar that Josh Allen passed when Lamar won it 2 years ago, that tells me that his campaign was worthy enough at that point to be a most valuable player. And if you see where these teams are, specifically with the Mariners now winning the division, I think that also lends to Raleigh and what he's done. So that's where I go with it. I disagree with Rich. Like, Rich doesn't agree with my thinking, but I do tend to go that way with this award.
Can't take that away from Cal Raleigh, but you can't take that away from Judge either. The Yankees would be doo-doo pie without his.
Today's Friday.
All right, it is Friday.
Today's Friday.
And we're super pumped for the weekend. It's postseason, go season. And this Blue Jays Mariners game is exciting, man. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, Covino and Rich. Business fluctuations make running your manufacturing business complex, but staffing your business doesn't have to be. Let Express Employment Pros provide the workforce you need. Go to expresspros.com, find a location near you. That's expresspros.com. And now, Friday, it's time for your Express Pros Pro of the Week. And we were debating.
That's Rich's belly.
You're probably thinking it's Joey Flacco. And we give him all the props in the world. We started off our show singing his praises, but it's not. It's Yamamoto. He's your Express Pro of the week. Complete game. Dominant in a big moment against the Brewers. First complete postseason game since 2017. Verlander did it, but I think it's the first since 2004 for your Dodgers.
Yeah, Jose Lima, rest in peace.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was a stellar performance.
But poor Blake Snell's yelling at you through the speakers right now. I should have had a complete game, too.
Well, I think that's what even made it cooler, though, is Yamamoto actually did it. He pulled it off, so props.
I watched Game 1 more closely than Game 2. Was Yamamoto as dominant as Snell was Game 1? I feel like Blake Snell looked unhittable.
Untouchable,
The strikeouts,
yeah.
No, I'm not saying Yamamoto threw a complete game, but
you want to take it back and give it to Snell?
I do, yeah.
No,
Snell.
you can't.
Yeah,
we
Snell's
already
mine.
agreed. Yamamoto is
Snell
your
it from the
Express
rooftop.
Pro of the week.
Snell it from the rooftop.
All right.
Shout it
so
out.
again, we're at Covino and Rich if you agree or disagree or just want to say what's up. And we do this every Friday as well. It's called Weekend Hobnobbing.
Yeah.
Living for the weekend.
Your winning bets for talking points if you get stuck socializing.
You ever done anything dangerous? You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? That is dangerous.
Friday brings us Weekend Hobnobbing.
All right, I'll kick it off. Steve Covino here. You know I'm a big fight fan. I'll watch any fight. I watch animals fight on YouTube, bugs fight. I watch bums fight. And I'll
if
be
you
watching.
want to watch anything fight,
Yeah.
I saw a praying mantis eating bumblebees, like little bees, like they were piece of popcorn in a movie theater.
Praying mantis got ninja moves, man. They do like the drunken master technique. Fight night, UFC fight night, mañana. D. Ritter versus Allen. That's your middleweight bout tomorrow night, and then you got Holland versus Mount. That's your welterweight bout. So enjoy some UFC tomorrow night. I may have mentioned this, but I'll say it again because it's not getting enough buzz. The Ozzy Osbourne documentary, you got to watch it. I finally finished it this week. It's not a story of metal. It's a love story. Like Rocky. Rocky's not about boxing. It's a love story. When you see his relationship with Sharon, it's just heart-wrenching, but still such a great story. It's called No Escape From Now. It's on Paramount+. And speaking of documentaries, the John Candy one is also great. That's on Amazon Prime. It's called I Like Me. A true treasure, John Candy. Check that one out, too. And then, of course, Rich, Overpromised. It's the best show I've ever seen. That's our bonus show.
Yeah.
Episode 113. We talk about the worst things about your 40s, because last night was a battle of not the ages, the old ages. Joey Flacco coming out on top. The worst thing about your 40s, we give you some Halloween ideas, and, of course, they might be ass and Rich's picks. Rich's picks on Overpromised. That's right here on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR. You can watch it and enjoy.
All right. Well, I mean, why would I tell you to watch anything other than Love is Blind Season 9? It's been so good.
New episode's October 22nd, right?
Yeah, so catch up on Love is Blind if you need some trash in your life. That's fantastic. Trash. But you know what? A lot of shows I've been catching up on. Only Murders in the Building's been fantastic. Black Rabbit, if you haven't finished that. Danny G, you said there's a new show to check out.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember what it was.
Mark Ruffalo
Yes.
in the show Task on HBO Max.
Task, that's the one. I knew there was one that I have not been watching. Task.
He's a tortured FBI agent.
And you know what show we talked about earlier this week that I'm a couple episodes into now, and I don't know why no one's talking about it. Chad Powers, Glenn Powell. It's on Hulu. The Mannings are behind it, and if you want something that's very Kenny Powers-like, Eastbound and Down, but football, it's such a fun, easy watch, and I'm really shocked that more people...
That's a high praise to say this is Danny McBride level Kenny Powers.
I mean, there's no Stevie Fichten.
Yeah, now, really? It's got the same
Fichtman.
vibe? All right.
It's similar enough, meaning like, screw up that you love in a way, right?
Okay.
So I think that's worth watching.
All right.
And
I'll check it.
Anything
I
else?
can feel it all the way down in my plums.
I think that a lot of football this weekend for me. Besides that, I'm gonna chill. Maybe watch a little.
Dude, you have no chill. Let's be real
That's
about
true.
that.
Any Halloween stuff?
I've known you 20 years. I've never seen you chill.
What is your favorite Halloween franchise? The Saw movies, the Final Destinations, the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Peanuts.
You know I hate Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
I'm telling you, watch The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, man. It's
All
the
right.
best. But as far as franchise, I think I'm a Freddy Krueger guy. Yeah, I like Freddy.
What's going on, buddy?
There's
Danny?
even some great college football this weekend. For the first time this season, 5 ranked matchups in a weekend. for Week 8. Number 5, Ole Miss at number 9, Georgia. Number 11, Tennessee at number 6, Alabama. Number 10, LSU at number 17, Vanderbilt. Number 20, USC at number 13, Notre Dame. And number 23, Utah at number 15, BYU.
Let's go!
I saw Will Ferrell on the Dan Patrick Show left a funny message for Brady Quinn of Two Pros and a Cup of Joe. That's a battle right there. That goes back. Notre Dame, USC.
Notre Dame is rolling people right now.
So right now,
bulldozing.
That's got to be the one you're watching this weekend. Anything you want to add, Iowa Sam or Spotty Boy? Any other shows to watch?
I'm watching college football. Saturday, Iowa's hosting Penn State. 3-3. Let's go.
We are.
Yeah, we're not. And then I'll be coming over to your house, Rich, on Sunday. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, man.
Sam heard free food. He's in.
It's really taking me up on that, huh?
You said the two magic words.
Free
food. Let's go.
Free food.
Sam, I might meet you there, man.
All right, well, listen. Spotty, unless you have anything to add, anything at the theater?
You know what? I haven't even checked.
I think at the theater, we're all waiting for Wicked in November, meaning like the public. Sort of a downtime for movies in the theater.
Tron Ares is still out, but I hear it's just But the soundtrack, the score was actually done by 9 Inch Nails. So if you're a rock fan, you might want to check it out and support.
And I'm sure the Dodgers will just be sitting around watching these shows this weekend.
Let's go.
Because after tonight, I can't imagine. I don't know. Does the Brewers have any heart left? Do they try to not get swept, or is it just like put them out of their misery in an hour or so?
They're out of yeast, man.
Yeah.
They're out of yeast.
Enjoy your postseason. And a reminder, on Monday's show, we'll be talking about it. Not only baseball, but your NFL Week 7, things that made you go, So take some notes, make some observations, and we get you involved on Monday as we go over all the games.
All right. Well, hey, have a great weekend. Do a little decorating for Halloween. Enjoy all your kids' sporting events. And like I said, lots of football, lots to watch. And, of course, Covino pointed out before, overpromised our bonus pod. I really implore you to check it out. All right,
It's
we'll
right
see
here
you
on our
guys
YouTube page.
next week. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Later.
Go Dodgers.
Today's Friday.